It's Wednesday the 24th of May, and today we are on Jimmy's Lake in Essex, going for the catfish and maybe some carp as well. A little bit of a social today. It's the Withy team social. Really beautiful day for it. Loads of cats in here, loads of carp. I think the cats go up to mid 80s, early 90s, and the carp up to about £30 or so. There's a little tiny island just here. It's only about 10 foot by 10 foot, I suppose. So I'm gonna have a rod just this side of it, and then there's a big tree hangs out into the water here. There's a little tiny channel that runs between the island and the point of that tree. So I'm gonna have one off the point of the tree and off of the back of that little tiny island just there. Right, this is the rig I'm going to be going with on both rods. Standard lead clips setup. So it's a free run in, 2.5 ounce lead, 25-pound main line, tungsten tubing, and I've got hook link. Is old school 45-pound snake bite. It's old school, and that goes down to a size 4 hook, 2 Bankum spicy sausage pellets, and that's going to be topped off with a little visual Withy sweet squid wafter. So yeah, that is what we've got. That should be perfect for the cats in here. I'm going to get this one on the spot and then get the other rod out as well. First rod, ready to go out on the spot. Right, there we go, exactly the same for the second rod. It is identical in the way of setup, topped off with another one of those little red sweet squid wafters from the Withy range. Hopefully that'll give it the visual attraction it needs to pull a fish in quick time. Second rod ready to go out, and this one's just a little underarm flick to the front of this tree. My rods are both in, been in for about 5 minutes. GoPro's on record to catch any runs. And Mozzie's already into one over the back. Well, you can see him from here, but he's on the corner over the back. He's got himself his first cat by the looks of it. Well done, mate. Yeah, boy. Social. Hopefully we've got loads in the swim rolling about and everything, so fingers crossed we'll get a couple more and then maybe move on to the carp. Oh yes, he's only gone and done it, and he's just landed his first catfish. Yeah, hopefully we'll get a few more. They're all still about, especially down in this bush here. I've moved one of my rods now off of that island out there. I've got the one off the point of this little island, and then down in this little tiny bay I've got a rod down here, and the amount of catfish that are just rolling all over it, it's got to tear off soon. Right, it's now approaching 6 o'clock. I think we're going to go and have a little social in a minute, bit of a barbecue, a few beers. Lovely. Haven't really been much else happening on here. Really quietened up now. There hasn't been a fish out for the last couple of hours. Been chatting to people really. Yeah, it's going to look really good for a bite tonight. I'm either going to swap one rod over to the carp, or I'm going to have 2 rods out for the carp tonight. I'm undecided yet, but I'm going to get a bit of food inside me, a few beers, and then decide. Good morning, it's now 5:15. I didn't do an update last night because I had a really bad migraine. Kind of put an end to my social last night. I feel a lot better this morning, but yeah, like I said, a really bad migraine. I had to go to bed pretty early. Didn't have anything during the night, but I've just landed. Lovely little common. It's not massive, it's only small, but I've had a cat and a carp on this trip now, so happy days. Right, there we go. Nice little £8 common. We'll put this one back. Hopefully get another cat or another carp soon. It's now 8:30 on the second morning of the Withy social. Really good night last night until I got a headache, really bad migraine. Had a really nice barbecue with the boys, nice chat, a few beers, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere I got a huge migraine, and I went to sleep quite early, unfortunately. But I did have a little carp during the night, but that's all I had. I just had a run on the carp rod, which I think was a cat. I struck into it and nothing, so I'm trying to decide what to do now. It's not very often I go catfishing, so I might put the second rod out for the cats again and give them another bash today. I kept the other cat rod out last night. I didn't have anything on that, but I could either put the cat rod on this little island out in front, or I can put it down into all these snags. So that's what I'm going to decide what to do now. I have made my decision. I'm going to put the other rod out for cats as well. See if we can nick another one of those, a bigger one this time. This has got 2 of the 20mm pellets on there that are soaked in the spicy sausage liquid, and that's topped off with a little sweet squid waft off from Withy, and that's a good pellet stop as well. Stops the pellets sliding up and down too far. Got a little boilie stop in the end of the wafter, and then that little wafter acts as a big boilie stop for those 2 big pellets. So yeah, I'm going to get that out. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do with that rod is I'm going to stick it down here back in these snags again. Sounds like a good bet to me. Try and winkle out one more cat at least before we leave today. Josh down the end over there has just landed another one. I'm not giving up on this margin spot down underneath all these snags. They're still rolling around in there. They are still here. I just haven't been able to get into one yet, unfortunately. I'm not sure if they're spawning, they're starting to spawn, or just don't like me, but I haven't had a fish off that spot yet. But I'm going to keep a rod in until we leave, I think. And I've got a feeling that one's going to produce. Yeah, so had a really nice breakfast, courtesy of John, Mr. Withy. Really nice bacon cheeseburger and a bacon burger as well. Yeah, it's really nice, this social. Really chilled out. People are catching fish. Oh, it's a great time to be alive. Good fishing. Proud to be part of a great team in Withy. Just going to carry on doing my thing, keep catching fish, keep enjoying my time on the bank. I'm desperate for this margin rod to go off. I've had this baited up since yesterday morning. There's cats all over it, rolling deep inside these bushes here. but they're just not feeding down here, so I'm going to keep it down there right until the end. But see that, just tails are poking out and they're swirling about down there. No. No. That was painful. I've had a bait in this little tiny bay area where all these cats are rolling. It's still rolling now, look at that. I've had a bait in here for the last 30 hours or so and nothing. A few liners here and there. But yeah, I finally had a take and I lost it, so I'm absolutely gutted. That is the end of the Withy social and the end of this session. Kind of gutted this had to end. Really enjoyed it down here. Nice place to be down here at Jimmy's Lake in Essex. Yeah, had a few fish out, a few beers, some nice food. Put some faces to the names of some of the Withy team I haven't met. Yeah, kind of gutted we have to go really, but let's get to that time now where we're off and then other people are coming on, so yeah, I'll get this last rod in and I am out of here. Good luck out there. Tight lines, I hope you start bagging up. I know the carp are starting to spawn on a few places now, so it's touch and go whether we'll all be fishing at the weekend or next weekend, because it is that time of year. But anyway, good luck out there, hope you catch a few.